Hello, hello, and good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day. I want to thank everyone that's been praying for me. This has been a humbling experience, and I want to thank the people that been in my life, the new friends that I have that have become family, that can tell me about myself. And because of them, I have sat my little butt down, and I'm not going to be lifting anything. Um, and I want to thank Lady of Leisure for being the woman and person that she has been to tell me about myself. I humbly, deeply have a fondness and truly care about her. And I just want to say, I thank you for being my friend and being in my life. Lady of Leisure, you can talk now.
Thank you. I love it when you say that. You may now speak. Uh, Very easy to be your friend. It's not hard at all. Thank you so much for the very kind words, but you're gonna tarnish my don't give a damn image.
Yeah. Hello, everybody
Hello, everybody.
in
It
the
is
chat.
so good to be back. Hello, everyone in
Yeah.
the chat. Thank you guys for showing up. It has been a minute. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so glad that you guys came,
Yeah.
and that you waited around while we got through our technical issues. We had some technical issues, and I couldn't hear anything. So we got that straightened out, and we're here.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to do is read April's words of advice. Okay, we're going to read that. Don't be willing to risk your life and freedom by letting people pump you up and send you off. These people are not going to help you. Ooh, no truer words spoken. I kind of want to jump right into it because,
Yeah.
yesterday was kind of a big R. Kelly news day, in the YouTube streets. And as everyone probably knows, um, R. Kelly has reportedly fired his two lead attorneys, Greenberg and Leonard. They filed their motion to withdraw yesterday. And there's actually, I believe, supposed to be a hearing on that motion today. Um, I don't know if that was in Pacer because I didn't go into Pacer, but I read on Twitter by Jason Meisner that it could be as early as today that the judge would review that withdrawal and rule on it. So that's a big deal. Hello, respect my opinion.
Yeah.
Hello,
Life.
everyone.
Yeah.
I am
Mom Life.
Queen. Thank you for
Robert
being here.
Keller. Pan.
Hey,
Alchemy.
Pan.
Yeah. Missy, you got your book. Have you been reading it so we can do a show? So everyone, I did send Missy her book the
Great.
day that we had Miss Teresa Collins on our show, and I told people to inbox me, and I was going to buy them a book. So Miss Missy was the person who inboxed me, and I I sent her the book. One thing before you give me all of your input,
Okay.
okay. First of all, um,
Hey, Peter.
yeah. Hey, Miss Margaret. Um,
Hello, Miss Margaret. I didn't see you.
One
It's so
thing
nice to have
I
you
want
here.
to say, I am sick of these people, the pot calling the kettle black.
There's a
Before
lot of that going around.
before you speak on anything anybody has done, make sure you speak on what you have done. And because you're sickening, I respect everybody. I've never argued with people who didn't support Rob, and I never will. And I was glad that we had all come to a place where everybody was tired of the name calling and the BS and all of the stuff that was going on. I have a deep respect for Larry. Larry came as a man saying he was sorry for the things that he had did. He was tired. So I respected that. I do not worry about what he has done in the past. I don't give a damn what he is facing. I will support him. He made some, he made a mistake, and we have all made mistakes. I am not going to sit up here and talk about him because, first of all, I'm not perfect. I've done some things. And before I would talk about him,
Hi, Danny.
you, I would have to say what I have done. So, all of you dirty bloggers that talk about Larry and want to make him the subject, You sorry people need to check yourself first and talk about what you did. And I don't want to hear about this blogger done did this. All of you bloggers have disrespected women, called them names. You know they are liars. You know they have schemed and scammed. Yet you follow them. You get on some uh, train like, uh, you've been the perfect one. So before you come for Larry, you need to check yourself. And so that's all I wanted to say until I think of something else. But I
Oh,
had to get that out because um if you people knew how you sounded talking about him, but you done did the same things
or
on
worse,
YouTube
or
or
worse.
so check yourself first. Um, and
Is that
that's
all?
what I wanted to say. Um, much love and respect to you, Larry. I don't even know if he's in here. So, and be careful, people, of what you you wish for somebody else, because it might come to your door.
There it is. In other
And
words, don't
yeah,
fuck with her grown little boy.
yeah. And so, you know, um, I'ma say it like this.
Black girl beauty, hey,
Yeah,
alchemy,
you know, nobody.
mom life, granny.
Yeah. And so, exactly. Look in the mirror at yourself before you come for anybody else. You want to do YouTube videos about a person, and you have done the same thing. As I said, you people make me sick. You make me sick. And so, I got respect for, for everybody. You know, I might not get on YouTube a whole lot, um, but much respect to you all, and never think that I dislike you, anybody. I'm still here for you, but I just don't co-sign for certain things.
Well, I ain't here for none of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, just a certain one. So, um, let me see. I'm trying not to curse, but
Well, just
anyway,
wind it up because you
no.
you have really
Anyway,
said it all.
yeah. Okay. Uh. Okay. Rocking with the truth. Anyway, you dirty people. You dirty low down people that's doing videos on Larry. Check yourself. And you ignorant people that sit out there and jump on the bandwagon with a dirty bitch that's done
Mm.
did the same thing, you people make me sick. Okay, go on, Lady Alicia.
Hey, rocking with the truth, Alchemy, Granny, Missy, Peter. Did I miss anybody? I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Danny, welcome. I don't believe I've seen you before, so welcome.
Yeah, we want to welcome
And
everybody.
fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not even going to piggyback on anything that April said. It was pretty much point blank and to the point. We love Larry. We're going to support him and his family through this. None of us are perfect. I want all the perfect people to, please put your perfection on YouTube. I want to see it.
yeah,
None of us are perfect. We've all made mistakes. Who gives a damn?
right,
We don't. You know,
exactly.
the fact of the matter is, these people have no content. That's the real fact. They have no content.
Yeah,
You know, because the majority of them can't even read. They have no content.
yeah.
So, Larry is their content right now. Well, they may have some now in light of R. Kelly terminating his two lead attorneys, which is what I was jumping into.
Yeah.
It's been, all over YouTube. It's all everybody is talking about, you know. Um, I was on Twitter yesterday evening and I was reading the comments of, a couple of the journalists and even Doug Anton, who stated that that Steve and Leonard had been fired by R. Kelly before they filed their motion to withdraw from the case. And it's just unbelievable. This case, as April was saying, it's so drama filled. You don't know what the hell is going to happen at any given moment. Here we are getting close to the trial. Everybody wants this trial. They want this case to be over, you know. And then, at the ninth hour, R.
Hey,
Kelly
thank
fires
you.
his lead attorneys. So I'm pretty sure if,
Hey,
and
thank you. Okay, go
in my,
ahead.
hey, K. Judah,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it's a really big if. If the judge allows Greenberg and Leonard to withdraw from this case, then that is going to put this case basically back to day one, because any attorneys that would replace them would have to be brought up to speed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have to go through all of the discovery. It's just going to be, it's going to put the case back a very long time. And in the interest of justice, on one hand, I don't see how the judge will allow it, but that's just my opinion. They're a couple of weeks out from sending out jury questionnaires to choose the jurors, and he fires his lead attorneys. And from what we know, he's not even replacing them with attorneys of the same experience or caliber. He's replacing them with attorneys who don't have any trial experience or any experience in federal trials, and it's just so insane to me that I wonder if there isn't some other type of strategic plan going on that has absolutely nothing to do with the case. It's I'm really at a loss. I just don't understand it at all. I really don't understand it, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Judge Donnelly is going to allow Greenberg and Leonard to withdraw from this case so close to trial.
Yeah, because I'm speechless.
I am too. This was like,
Um,
whoa, this has been a shit show from beginning to end.
yeah.
And I think this is probably the biggest what the fuck in this case that there's ever been.
Kennedy. Okay, yeah.
Robert,
Oh,
I don't know that it's a stall tactic. You don't fire your attorneys to stall. Because here's the thing, the judge does not have to allow them to withdraw from the case. The judge can say, no, you cannot withdraw, because he's been in jail for 2 years. He's been in jail for 2 years. They've excluded time in the interest of justice, and in the interest of justice, the judge is going to do what's best. And I don't see how she would allow them to leave this case and start over with other attorneys, which is going to be another 2 years. I don't know. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Now, they can argue, well, Nicole has been on the case from day one, even though she wasn't officially on the case until recently. She has been on the case since nearly the very beginning. They could argue that and say, hey, but again, these aren't federal trial attorneys. So I'm not understanding why he would go that route unless there is a hidden agenda that none of us are privy to. Respect My Opinion says Greenberg have no allies in New York. That itself is problematic from a legal perspective. Not really. I mean, it's not really, because when you have cases in other states, you normally don't have allies there because you don't, it's not your regular stomping grounds. And they did have Doug Anton, which again, it is really mind-boggling to me because isn't he an entertainment attorney? He's an entertainment lawyer, right? So I'm baffled. I'm damn near speechless. It's just mind-boggling. You cannot, I think I made a comment in Larry's community chat saying, somebody tell me that there's some type of insane ass comedic writer sitting up scripting this, because you cannot make this shit up.
girl, it's just too much for me. I'm speechless. I'm like, this isn't the person I know. You know,
Well,
I
yeah.
want, I wanted, to show the world, you know. he, the person that he was to our family, I never intended for all of the drama and BS. I mean, you can't make this up. And I'm like you. I have to look out the window and be like, okay, yeah, I'm in the real world, or call somebody, because this is some unbelievable mess.
It's
I
definitely
mean,
in the
and
very
I'm in the
beginning.
twilight zone with
That's
this,
what I used to say. That's what I was just
and
about to
it's
say.
like, it's just unbelievable. Um,
In the very beginning, when all of this stuff was going on Twitter, and you got all of these groups and all, it was just
yeah,
unreal. And I used to say all the time, am I in the damn twilight zone? Like, is this a real case? Is this like happening, like for real? Like, is this law? Like, it was just absolutely unbelievable to me. Alchemy says tomorrow's status hearing will be very telling of where this is headed. Okay, so the status hearing isn't today; it's tomorrow because
hey,
most
hey,
attorneys
you
have
need.
allies connections in the state
Wait
of
a
which
minute,
law is
hold on.
practiced. Greenberg have no allies in New York. Robert need a well-skilled, connected New York attorney, in my opinion. I again, it could be beneficial, of course. I don't think it's necessary, though. I really don't think it's necessary. Although Nicole has no federal experience, I believe she is the best attorney to defend him due to her experience in sex. She's not. Trust me, Robert. She's not the best attorney to defend him. And I'm sitting up and I'm thinking of the allegations, and I want to stress allegations of she and Robert, and the allegations of Doug being involved in this in this defense fund scam, allegedly, and again, allegedly. You know, if this hits beyond YouTube streets, if any of those things, and a matter of fact, I believe that Doug's relationship with one of the bloggers is mentioned in some of the court documents by the government. If any of this, you know, gets out, gets into, the court realm, gets into the documents, gets to the judge, this is going to be the biggest shit show ever,
Yes.
because it is
I will.
it has been alleged that, and I say alleged, it has been alleged that there is a sexual relationship between Robert and Nicole. It has been alleged that, you know, Doug Anton was a part of this scheme, scam of a defense fund.
But he's still on the case,
He's always been on the case,
and
and I kept telling
everybody,
people, I
all of
kept
these
telling
idiots
people
was
he was
saying,
not
Doug,
fired.
yeah, Doug,
They were throwing fucking parties talking about, we did it, we did. The only damn thing you did was get R. Kelly more charges.
yeah,
We did it. Doug and Ty gone, we did it. You ain't did shit. You did
yeah.
nothing.
And so, like I say,
What
that's
you
the
did
ignorance
was get
and the
him more
mentality.
charges. What they did was get him more charges and an anonymous jury. That's what you did. Pat yourself on the back for that, because that's what you did.
Um,
Nothing they've done has benefited Robert at all.
yeah,
Exactly
and
the opposite. What
the
they've
people,
done has hurt his case.
And what's amazing is you got people still supporting these people that has done damage to them, that want to talk about another person, and you done the same mess. I want to say to Uniquely the maid, Lady of Leisure, she comes in and she sells fish sandwiches and lap dances. Um, we thought she was uh, trying to be, you know, we thought she was, trying to attack us. But that's, you know, her little thing. She comes in, and I guess she'll be selling dinners and lap dances during, during our show. And so we can get 10% of her profits. Okay.
Sunny B says, Lady of Leisure, do you think he may have been told to leave the case? Yes. Robert terminated them. He fired them. Yes, he was told to leave the case. Robert fired them. I mean, they're not, they're not filing a motion to withdraw because they don't want to represent him anymore. They filed the motion to withdraw because Robert doesn't want to be represented by them anymore. I absolutely believe that.
Yeah, I'm just to the point. I'm just.
Alchemy says, but people seem to think, I have told them from day one that Doug Anton was still a part of his legal
Yeah,
team. People choose not to believe that. That's fine. All they have to do is read the damn documents,
yeah. And
you
like
know?
I said,
And we all know they don't like to read, or those who don't,
yeah,
there's some who don't like to read, and there's some who can't read, and there's some who can read and can't fucking comprehend. So there you go.
yeah, because all Doug Anton been fired. And also another thing I want to say, um, you know,
Wait a minute. April, look, let me stop you because I'm still reading Alchemy's comment, and I
okay,
wanted to respond real quickly before I lost my train of thought.
yeah,
Because
go
Alchemy
on.
said people seem to think that Anton is no longer in the case, and he is, and that's odd to me based on his conduct with these vloggers. And Alchemy, that's what I mean by I think there's something going on behind the scenes that we aren't privy to, because you know there is questionable behavior with not just Doug Anton, but Nicole as well. So why would you have these people with this questionable behavior and not so much experience on your case? Because they have a benefit that you need. So what you have to figure out or think of in your mind is, what could that benefit be? How would you benefit in a case where you're about to lose your life, your freedom, not your life, but your freedom, and you fire the two best attorneys that you have? What's more important than his freedom? So if you don't think you're going to get freedom with your attorneys, how else do you think you would gain freedom? Because I tell you, at this point, I'm like the conspiracy theorist now. Hell, I got a theory of my own.
What is it, girl? Come on,
Girl, it's crazy.
girl. Tell me your theory.
It's crazy. It is really
I'm
crazy.
speechless.
I ain't putting it out there.
I'm
You
just
know,
like,
it's just, I don't know. It's crazy because the first thing that came to mind, like, why the hell would he do this? Why would he do this?
And
What
then,
what about the feds? What about the feds, Sonny B?
uh,
You know, I don't know. It is very pathetic. I mean, what in the world could R. Kelly be orchestrating? What could he be orchestrating?
yeah, yeah.
You know, you got
And,
questionable characters, you got alleged mob ties, you know, you got crackheads. Like, what the hell?
yeah.
Doesn't sound like people that you choose for a legal strategy. It sounds like people that you choose for a crime.
Like I said, I don't
All I
know.
want to know is where the mask at, y'all. What happened to the mask? What happened to the what was a 60, 70, $100,000 mask? Where's the mask at now? Who is in possession of the mask?
um,
Respect my opinion. Say yes, I got a theory, but y'all not ready. I'm ready, baby.
I'm ready. Come on,
Because
respect. I want to hear everybody.
my theory, escape. That's my theory.
Yeah. Uh, like I said, I'm speechless. I'm just lost at this point. And respect my opinion. Said things definitely happening behind the scenes. It's playing out publicly. And yes,
Yeah,
because
some things are,
yeah,
some things
because
are,
Steve
and some things
Greenberg,
are not.
yeah, Steve Greenberg, I mean, he did a lot of tweeting yesterday. So,
He
and
did. And he said, you know, you can't save someone from themselves no matter how hard you try. And, you know, April and I have, you know, discussed things. And of course, y'all know we don't agree. But April seems to think that I say that Robert Sylvester Kelly is a master manipulator. I think he could convince, you know, certain people of anything. But April seems to think that in some instances that Robert may be being manipulated. I don't believe that. I think he is calling the shots. I think he has called the shots from day one. And that's just what I believe.
I don't believe that. I believe,
Yeah, she doesn't
you know,
believe that. I believe that. He is calling the shots. He's called the shots from day one. I don't believe that he has ever had any intention of taking responsibility for his actions. I don't believe that he's, you know, I think that he is egotistical. He's a narcissist. He is a narcissist. And narcissistic people believe they can outsmart everybody.
girl, I don't believe that at
Yes,
all.
respect my opinion. Said this movement yesterday was a well calculated thought. I'm absolutely. It was strategic. Agree. I agree. Respect my opinion. It was a very strategic move. The move was strategic. The timing is strategic. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree.
Well,
And I
can
believe
y'all,
Rob is the
okay,
mastermind of it all.
okay, well, explain to me how you're saying this was a strategic move.
Okay, it is the ninth hour. He is less than 2 months away from trial in August. Okay, a little more than 2 months away from trial in September. Jury questionnaires were about to go out. They're choosing a jury. They've already motioned a few weeks ago for him to be transferred to New York. Right?
Right.
You fired not one, but both of your lead attorneys right before you're to be transferred. Right before jury selection. Very strategic. Very strategic. You know, all these women, you guys remember all these women for years, a year and a half, we're talking about they were going to Africa and they were going to marry him. He had so many alleged fiancés that are ready to go to Africa and marry him, you know, a place that has no extradition agreement with the United States. So he could go to Africa and live forever, and it wouldn't be a damn thing the United States could do about it. Yeah, Judge Donnelly is the judge. She's not against Kels. She's just for the law, you know? Judge Donnelly is a very fair judge, and she's a very good judge. She just, you know, and I don't know why you all single her out, because no judge that he has had has granted him a bond. And there's been 3 different judges that have denied him a bond. You know, Judge Donnelly follows the law. That's her job. The law just happens to be against R. Kelly.
Well, like I said, I am.
You know, if they allow, respect my opinion says, I don't foresee a trial happening in August. A contingency request will be granted. I don't know if there'll be a trial in August or not. We got to first wait and see if the judge will allow them to withdraw, because the judge can deny that motion. The judge can say it is too late in the game. No, you cannot withdraw. The judge can do that. Can you hear me, April?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who you were saying hello to.
Yeah.
The judge can deny the motion. Michelle Jordan, hi. Michelle says, I think Robert let wrong people give him advice. You know, to be honest,
And
Michelle,
that's what I think. He's just.
you know what? Come on. When the hell did Robert ever listen to anybody? You know him. When has he ever listened to anybody? Robert doesn't listen to people. And you know him, and you know that he does not listen to people. So I don't think that anyone can persuade him to do anything, because if, you know, he could be persuaded, he would have been banging down the government's door for a plea deal. And I think that's what his issue is. And I don't know that. I don't have any inside information. That's just my personal opinion. I think that he is frustrated with them coming to him saying, look, you need to try to get a damn plea deal so you have some type of life in your old age outside of the penitentiary. And I think that he got tired of that, and you know, and other people are saying, well, hey, we can do this and we can do that, or he's thinking because he's a narcissist that he can really beat this case. Michelle Jordan says, I don't think he understood the seriousness of this case and listened to people telling him the wrong way to move. He's trying to get out on a mistrial. And I believe that. But in order to have a mistrial, you got to first have a trial.
Hey,
Okay?
little boy.
You can't have a mistrial unless you have a trial. And he hasn't had a trial yet. I don't believe that, you know, you can't have a mistrial without a trial. So that's, you know, that's
Can everybody please
putting the cart
hit the
before the
like
horse.
button?
Rebecca
Okay,
Johnson
let me
says,
see.
wait a minute, hold up, wait a
Okay.
minute, hold up. Rebecca Johnson says, Miss April, I hate you got those slow bus people. Have you out of your, she says charter, but I'm sure she means character, when Larry came in with the motive. Okay, Rebecca Johnson, don't come in here with nothing negative about Larry. We're not trying to hear that shit. Whatever you believe his motive is, that's on you. We ain't trying to hear it. We don't give a
Yeah,
damn what you think.
I
We
don't
don't give a
care.
damn what you say. I
Right.
wouldn't give a damn if he had 1,000 fucking motives. We, and I'm gonna speak for April. April and I support Larry and his family. We are going to continue to support Larry and his family. And clearly, you don't know a goddamn thing about April's character if you thought otherwise. So, bye bye, boo.
Yeah. Um, fuck you.
I just
Nobody.
said bye. Whoo,
Nobody.
okay.
Okay, because I'm trying to stay calm. Ain't nobody. First of all, I don't even know you people on here. Hey, we got
Grown
we
up
got
boy.
we got
Speaking of
Spider-Man.
our angel, he has grown up boy in the building, y'all.
And then we got Spider-Man. Uh
Spider
in
Man, where
with
you
us.
at, baby? Where is Spider Man in the chat or you on the show?
Yeah, I'm adding them now. Okay. Hey, wait a Spidey, are you with us?
Okay, Sierra, you was in the
I'm right
bushes,
here.
baby.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Spidey.
Yeah.
Miss you, dude.
Hey, Spidey. Yeah, we were in the
I'm
show
here,
last
April.
night. Okay.
Queen Christy Love says
Okay, I
the
got
stories
Can
cookies
you
are
on.
hear me?
contradictory. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading a comment.
What did
Spidey,
I
it is
do?
so good to have you here.
Hey, Lady Elysia. Hey, April. How y'all doing?
We are good. I was reading a comment,
We doing fine, Spidey.
so I'm gonna read Queen Christy Love's
So,
comment.
Spidey, as I was telling you
I guess
last
I'm not.
night when we were in the music show, and I was telling you, you know, R. Kelly, two attorneys, you know, were no longer on the case. And so I'm speechless. I don't know.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like I said, me,
Okay,
You know, I
I'm
don't know
sorry.
because
I'm trying to find what happened. I, it kicked me
okay,
out or something. I can't. There's that, but I can't see the. Okay, nah, it's good now. Ooh, but
Okay.
it's crazy.
Okay, I wanted to read Queen Chrissy Love's comment. She says the stories are contradictory. Did the attorneys get fired or did RK relieve them? Huh? The comment Greenberg tweeted led me to believe RK was asked to do something he didn't want to do. I read all of Steve Greenberg comments from yesterday. I don't know if he made another comment today, but that's not what I gathered from his comment at all. He said that they were being pushed out by attorneys who wanted a larger role in the trial. He didn't feel, as the lead attorney, that they were competent enough to have a larger role because they're not trial attorneys and they've never, uh, you know, did a federal case. And then Doug Anton said that Robert fired them.
Wow.
He said Robert terminated the two attorneys right before they filed their motion to withdraw. So, you know, if whether you use the word relieve or fired, it's the same. It's the same thing. So, it's the same thing. It means you let them go. And when someone hires you and the person who hired you lets you go, they fired your ass. Point blank, period. I didn't read anything in Greenberg's comments where he said that R. Kelly was asked to do anything. He simply said that the junior attorneys wanted a larger role in the trial, and he and Leonard, as the lead attorneys, did not feel they were competent enough to have a larger role because they did not have the experience for a larger role in the trial. And he's absolutely right with that. They don't have the experience. I mean,
I'm like
this
Michelle. I'm struggling with the timing on all of this. And can everyone please like, subscribe, and share? And to whoever is putting the spam in the chat, um, you don't move me. So you can, you know, keep putting spam in here or whatever. Like I say, um, you
Respect
be
My Opinion says Robert not only refused to meet with Greenberg, he refused several phone conferences, allegedly. Well, the part about meeting Greenberg is not alleged because he stated so to a reporter, stating that he
hey Queen
went to
Christy.
see Robert and Robert refused his visit. But yeah, that's what you do when you don't want somebody to be your attorney anymore. You don't talk to their ass. That's what you do.
Yeah, especially without giving the middle finger. But anyway,
Robert Keller said, I'm wondering if a new attorney would reject him as a client at this point. I don't believe so. Because, what people don't understand is this. Attorneys really take cases, win or lose. Of course, it's always better if you win. But attorneys take cases for the experience,
Mm-hmm.
and having
Experience
a
and
high
exposure.
profile case like this, and Greenberg has had a couple, it's a good thing for any attorney.
Yep, experience and exposure.
Well, like I say, I'm speechless. I don't know what to think anymore. And it's just a damn mess to me. The case is a mess. Now the lawyers tweeting stuff, making comments. And yeah, something has got to be happening. And yeah, Queen Christie, yeah, um, yeah, I hope something big is happening because this is just too much, too close to the trial. I was so happy. Now, the trial, it will not be delayed now, will it?
Well, the thing is, if the judge allows them to withdraw, yes, the trial will definitely be delayed. You
Because
can't
he's
bring
got to
on
have
a
representation.
you can't bring on a new attorney. I mean, they have been going through discovery and all of this for over a year. You
Hmm.
can't bring in a new attorney without him knowing all the motions that were filed on the case,
Yeah.
he has to know everything that went on in this case. So yes, the trial would be delayed.
Hmm.
So this is crazy. I mean,
Respect my opinion, says Lady Alicia. What's your theory? Spill it. Girl, if I told you, I'll tell you off of here. If I told my
okay,
theory,
hold on.
people would think I was crazy. They think I done joined the conspiracy people. I don't listen. I don't
No, you
know that everybody's saying, oh, it's huge that he thought. We don't know that
listen
something
to me.
huge is going to happen. We don't know that something huge is going to happen. Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter if he has a new attorney. They don't have to tell the public, but one damn thing for sure, that attorney has to file an appearance on that case.
I'm looking. Um,
You know,
Respect my opinion. What? Let me see. I'm going up. Yeah. Let me. And yet, like I said, he's still sitting in jail. So
and clearly he doesn't care about sitting in jail because he just fired his lead attorneys, which he has to know is going to delay his trial.
Maybe that's his game plan.
Why?
Don't know. Never know what's on a person's mind when you are in situations like that.
Why would you delay it? Because here's the thing, this ain't the state. It's not like he gonna delay, and they're gonna say, okay, we tired of waiting. Let's drop his time. That's not gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna continue to investigate, which they're doing anyway.
Hmm.
That gives them more time to find more victims, to identify more people on all that child pornography. So, delaying is not in his best interest. Not in his best interest.
Yeah. But I mean, it's crazy. No matter how you slice the pie, it is crazy. Again, hello to everybody in chat. Good afternoon to everybody in chat. But yeah, it's whatever the case is, it's crazy. But like I say, when a person gets desperate, you never know which direction their mind go. So
Grown little boy says the landing resulted more. Absolutely. And you're correct. They investigate to the door.
and then they say, Nicole
Peter says
is
the motion to
getting further.
withdraw will be denied. I don't know. I hope so. I think it will be, but we don't know.
Mm-mm. Whatever it is crazy.
Respect my opinion. You can doubt it all you want. I'm telling you what I know. They are still investigating. Yes,
Oh, they're gonna investigate till the
they
cows
are
come on.
absolutely. They are still investigating. The feds don't quit. They will be investigating until the trial starts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sidbo. Hey to everybody in the chat. We're glad to have you all today. Um, we respect everybody here, supporters and non-supporters. Um, we don't have issues with everybody is doing their own thing. But I have an issue with people that make videos about other people and they've done the same thing. Okay. Yeah. And the trial hasn't started, so it can't be a mistrial. I mean,
Right.
I don't, at this point, like I said, I just don't know what to think anymore. Uh,
Jennifer
so,
says nobody wants in this mess except YouTubers.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
love that comment. Yes, honey.
yeah,
Yes, everybody trying to get they comeuppance.
yeah. And so, um, Jesus Christ. Uh, um, like I said, um, I'm gonna believe that who's ever in his ear is not giving him good advice. Yeah. And
I
so,
don't listen. I don't think anybody is giving him advice.
and
I've told you this from day one. I think Robert is calling every goddamn shot. This is his life. This is his case. These are his attorneys. He is calling every damn shot. When have you ever known anybody to be able to tell Robert anything? Had he listened to anybody, he wouldn't be in this damn situation. He does not listen to people.
Hmm.
He does not listen to people.
Hmm.
hello, Latrice. Welcome. Shaw babies.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And so, and there again, you know, people have always felt like Greenberg wasn't representing him uh, properly. So, for
And
a
I always thought Greenberg was setting up the appeal. I've always said that. I always thought Greenberg was setting up the appeal because he knows he was not going to win this case. I always thought once Greenberg got that goddamn discovery, he was like, look, we ain't winning this. And he started at that point his strategy to set up the appeal. I've always believed that.
Now, Lady Leisure, for those people that don't understand that process, what you just said, can you enlighten them a little bit why the appeal would have been a good thing?
Well, because the appeal would have been a good thing because it could possibly give him a new trial. If if he can file an appeal on and my mind isn't working right now, for lack of a better term, if he can file an appeal saying, hey, I didn't get proper representation, then that conviction, you know, can be void and he can get a new trial. Or he could, the conviction could be thrown out completely. So it would be, in his interest to be able to say, hey, I didn't have adequate representation.
Could that be the thing that he's doing now by getting rid of the lawyers?
Absolutely not.
You don't
Absolutely
think so?
not. Absolutely not. Because he hasn't been to trial. You see, in order to have an appeal, you got to have a trial. To appeal a verdict on a trial, you got to have the trial. Okay? You got to have the trial. You got to have a verdict in order to appeal the verdict. And the grounds for him to appeal the verdict would be that he didn't have adequate representation. But you can't do that until you have the trial and a verdict.
And like April said, maybe somebody is in his ear giving him advice outside of his lawyers.
I don't believe there's anybody in his ear. This man is a narcissist.
No, you got those criminal lawyers in lockup.
Listen, he ain't listening to nobody in lockup. He don't even talk to them damn people. Okay? Ain't nobody in there can tell you. They sat out and had a conversation with our Kelly.
Honey, at this point, I couldn't believe anything. Hold on.
I don't, because for one, he's not even with other inmates.
Hey, grown little boy.
Hey,
but he still got to have some type of contact with the inmates, either the trustees or something, or somebody.
I mean,
trustees bringing his food. I'm just throwing some out there,
Yeah.
But the trustees bringing his food.
Yeah.
And I mean, here's what could happen. I ain't saying that it happened or whatever. This what could happen. Inmate bring him his food. Hey, bro, what's up with you, man? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Conversation, whatever. So, I mean, even though a person's stubborn, a person can be so stubborn. The first person come up to him that sounds reasonable, they might take a listen or two. I'm just saying.
I understand, not all the cases. And for a normal person, I would agree with you. But Robert isn't a talker.
I understand that.
He's not a talker.
But you got to remember. You got to remember also. He's locked up.
He is locked up.
So
and he is not talking to people.
Even though y'all might know him the way he is, way he was, but if you be in a caged animal, your rationality starts changing. Your way of thinking starts changing.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
We got grown little boy.
And hey, you grown little boy.
Either you gonna
Spidey. Yeah, that is so true.
Even though you locked up, but you had statue out in the real world, even though you're locked up, you being a person that's kind of withdrawn normally when around a bunch of people, your mentality, your heart starts to change when you are caged like an animal. So now your rational thinking that you had before, ain't no such thing as rational thinking. Now you thinking that I'm trying to survive. Your mindset change, your heart change, and the way you make judgments change. Because now you're more defensive.
You're right. Yeah. I just don't see him in the position that he's in. I don't see it. But you're correct. I cannot deny anything you just said. Yeah. Because I've seen it happen a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Grown little boy, what you got for us today, baby?
What's going on? I
Yeah.
want you to
So good to hear
Well,
you.
little boy, that is everybody. DJ Spider Man is my music and DJ friend.
what's going on,
So,
Spider? Nice to meet you,
yeah,
brother.
What's up with Sam here too, bro?
yeah.
I I look. I'm not so much concerned with. It's two things happened last night that I see. Greenberg taking to Twitter to put those tweet out there. Something about that is eerie. You know, something is eerie about that. It bothered me. And what he said is, I'm looking at the Twitter. Sometimes you can't save someone from themselves, no matter how hard you try.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah.
almost strategic. If you look at the magnitude of this case, if you look at what his fans is gonna say to him, and they trust me, they got in his ass in the comments. Excuse my language. Um, yeah,
You know where you at?
Right. Because,
and then
You know where you at.
he goes
hey,
on to say sometimes people just won't listen, and there is nothing you can do. You know, and those two posts, and it's probably two others. It bothered me, and it comes off as a I don't think that it's for continuance. I do think that those lawyers is probably they into it. I don't think that Judge Dunley is gonna grant.
I don't see how she could. I really don't see how she
We'll see
could.
how she could. She might grant it a continuance now. She might push it back a month, but I don't think that
But
she's gonna let him
not
the case
not.
that it's a year
Hey,
to trial.
I hate to cut you off right quick. Now I don't know nothing about the R. Kelly stuff, to be honest with you, no more than what I get from April, and Lady of Leisure, but I don't keep up with negativity. But anyway, here's a thought. What color is that judge?
Oh, here we go.
The judge is white, but it's a
right.
federal judge. It's a federal judge now. It's a federal judge, a little bit different.
Now, how would I put this, Lady of Leisure?
I don't know. But I really, you know what? I really hope you do not play the race card in this case because
Hey,
I'm so tired of that. I'm
look,
so tired of that.
it ain't. You can't play the race card when it's already available each and every
All
day.
right, let him talk, Lady Alicia.
So I mean, you can't play something that's in play 24/7. Think about it.
I don't have to think about it. You always do the black and white thing, and I
That's
get it,
that's
and
that's
I
what
get it.
that's what it
But
comes down to.
okay,
That's what it comes down to.
okay, that's what it comes down to because the law ain't got a goddamn thing to do with it. But okay, so yeah, she's white,
Okay, nah,
but being a federal judge,
don't mean
Hey,
shit. But go
he with
ahead.
the
it
pride.
means every damn thing.
It don't
It
mean
means
nothing. But
it
go ahead.
means everything. Being a
No, it
judge
don't.
means every damn thing. Yes,
No,
it does.
Lady
Why
Leisure.
doesn't
No,
it?
it doesn't.
Why doesn't it?
Be,
Why
being a
doesn't it mean
judge,
anything?
being a judge, federal, state, local, it don't make a damn bit of difference when it comes to, as you say, the card. It don't make a look, folks. Them
It
folks.
makes a difference
It
because
don't make it don't look.
it makes a
If
difference.
it made a difference,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be as
Let him
people of
speak,
color
Lady
in the situation that we're in
Alicia.
now.
I ain't saying shit. Shut up, April.
If it didn't make a difference, being on the federal level, we wouldn't be in this shit that we're in now as people of color. So who looking out for us? So to get to my point, I know you said that she's Caucasian. Who's to say she don't have an agenda against R. Kelly?
What would her agenda be?
Uh, why
You know,
do
I'm.
why
You know,
do why do white people have agenda against black people?
I'm tired of that narrative.
But you
Okay, I
cannot
do
rule
not.
that out. You
I
cannot
can.
rule that out.
You can't rule
We
it out.
don't own
I
nothing.
can.
We don't own nothing. We don't own courts.
You
We
can't
don't make
rule it
laws.
out.
What
Sure
laws
we
do we
do.
make?
Sure we do. Sure we do.
What laws do we make?
You got plenty of black goddamn congressmen making laws. What are you talking about?
Making bullshit laws, but go ahead. I'm with you.
Whether they bullshit or not, they making them.
Yeah, but
Okay?
they're not guaranteed and granted towards us.
The judge, the federal
And
judge,
respect my
be her
opinion.
white, black, green, blue, purple, whatever damn color they are,
But see, here's the thing.
follows the law. Period.
Bull crap. But anyway,
I,
I'm
No,
with you.
it's
I'm with
not.
you.
I am
Lady
No,
Leisure, I'm
it's
with you.
not bull crap.
I'm with you. I'm
They
with you.
follow the law.
Let me
They make
explain.
sure that it is
Let me
applied.
explain. Let me
Now,
explain. I'm with you.
granted,
I
the
can't.
laws may be
Yeah.
stacked against us, but the
So
judge didn't write the damn law. The judge
don't you
didn't
think
make the
that
damn law. The
don't
judge's
right?
job is to make sure that the law is applied. Period.
Applied in which manner?
You
Now,
know that. You know
Legally.
the judge. The judge cannot do anything until after the jury either doesn't convict him or convict him. Now, getting a bond is a privilege. With
Exactly.
getting a bond is a privilege. They don't have to give you a bond.
Nobody has a guaranteed right to a bond in the United States of America. You do not have a guaranteed right to a bond.
Exactly. And while we are oppressed from law from systematic racism,
Exactly.
25% of that is our fault too. So you know
if
if you have been
we don't stand up,
wait a
we
minute.
don't fight.
If you have had rights and freedom for Martin Luther King got killed what in 68, but you was free before then, first 14th Amendment. If you've had rights, if you known these certain set of people was doing this shit to you for 100 years, at this point, it's your motherfucking fault.
Exactly.
It's your fault if you continue to wake up every day and you follow the same pattern of what you're doing, creating children out of wedlock, child support, going to government assistance, not working two jobs. All these people that complain about the law and complain about black and white people, those are not the people that's waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Those are the people that's waking up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. See, when you want something, you go out and you take it. And I'm not talking about doing anything illegal. I'm talking about sacrificing your time. And I learned from Mexicans working in restaurants.
There it is.
Mexicans is going to sacrifice their time. They're going to go to work 2 shifts. When you want to work 1 shift and be off on the weekends.
Right.
You know? So, while I do think that we are oppressed, I don't think that this case is about being oppressed because the federal government is going to do an investigation before they even come in contact with a judge.
I kind of disagree with you on that one.
How can you disagree?
How can
you disagree?
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you on the federal government part and all this other stuff. Y'all see, this is what we fail to understand. I'm not the smartest rock in the bunch, but I see what I see from being a black man in this place that we live in. I can't call it home because it ain't home. We're not treated in our home like this, so I can't call this place home. But anyway, I'm with y'all. I'm Lady Elysia. I'm with you. I'm with you. I agree with you about the law, but we are not understanding. Yeah, and Lady Elysia, you said, playing the race thing. You cannot leave that out. You cannot alleviate that in one iota. You can't.
I can.
That's the way.
You can't. You can't tell me what I can do.
That's the way the folks look at us. They look at us as nothing, less than human.
Not all white people look at us as less than human.
I'm with you on that. I can't say that about all white people. All white people.
So how can you say that this judge is one of those people?
How do you know that she ain't?
Look at her record.
That don't mean nothing.
Okay. Okay.
What else do you have to go off of? How do you
Right.
go off of? Except
Right.
Like, look, I'm with
Look at
y'all on
her
that.
record.
I don't
I'm,
think that this
I'm
case.
with y'all on that.
I don't think that
Don't
this.
get me wrong. I'm with y'all.
Well,
I'm with you
you
100%. But you got to look at the fact. This is a high profile case. We're talking about R. Kelly.
So
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes even judges that's got the right stance on things can take a different stance. Okay, this is R. Kelly. You know, if you get what I'm following.
Mr. Spider, let me
yeah,
ask
I get you.
Mr. Spider, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you telling me right now on this channel that R. Kelly's life matters more than the alleged victims in this case? Because they're black too. So if he's the one that's being oppressed, then what do you think about them? Their lives matter too. They might not be rich. They might
Come on, Larry.
they might
Woo!
be sane. So if he's
Get
oppressed,
that rope.
white man's trying to get him.
No, I ain't getting
Exactly.
no road for him because half of the victims was lying.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
stop it.
None.
Miss
Don't get me wrong. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Miss
I
April,
feel you.
90% of the people on YouTube don't even know who the actual
Victims are. Thank you. And I've told her that several times.
The lawyers just found out it was a month and a half ago.
Okay. And with that being said, you told me what you seen or what you know.
Right.
And everything.
Right.
Okay. I ain't seen shit.
You are correct. You are correct. And that's why we are able to be on the channel with different points.
I still respect you and what you say. I don't. You say you seen this stuff and everything.
Girl,
I ain't seen nothing. And so that's why you have your stance. Now, and I will say this. Race, black people, we will never, ever get the same treatment.
Come on, April.
As those people. Now, you can say whatever you want to say. It's been shown and proven. But like I said, I respect what different people have said.
We got to talk. We got to talk.
And so, and me and Lady Alicia, she's standing strong because of what she has seen. Like I said, I ain't seen nothing. So, as far as I'm concerned, until I see it, then I will believe it.
I want to read Jeffrey Taylor's comment right quick. He says the victim, I'm sorry. Jeffrey Taylor says the victims are not on trial fighting for their life. No, Jeffrey, they're not. But Larry's point is the judge is advocating on behalf of the victims who are black. That's the point. So if you want to say that this judge is racist because R. Kelly is a black man, then why, if she were racist, why would she want somebody to pay for crimes against black females? If she's racist, she say fuck them. They just little niggers, you know.
So
Like
Yeah, they little
the thing
lying
is,
niggas.
in this
They
case,
little lying. Uh,
in this case, and I don't care what April or Spidey says.
Hey, watch that now.
I said what
yeah.
I said. In this case, I do not believe that race has anything to do with it. So
I
you're
believe it
telling
does.
me you can believe that.
I believe
You
it
can,
does.
but
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
entitled to believe whatever you choose.
Mm-hmm. It's what
I
they
don't
put out
believe
there. It's
so.
what they put out
So
there for.
who was racist in Epstein's case? He was white. Judge was white.
Hey,
Who was
they give up
racist
their own
in
every now and
in
then. Every now and then they give up their own as a sacrifice.
every now and then they give up their own as a sacrifice?
Mm-hmm.
Man, get out of here with that.
Oh, you don't believe
No,
that?
how you gonna say that? You
seventy
know
Get
percent,
that.
out of here with that.
70%.
And think the first time that Jeffrey Epstein
And what's the
was
other one's
found
name?
guilty, this
Uh,
man was able to leave prison every morning and go to work
that
and
was
then come back.
Yeah.
Okay?
that was a state case in Florida, and he had the prosecutor on his belt. He was rich, and that was
Hmm.
Palm Beach County.
And that had nothing to do with him being white. That had to do with him being rich.
Nah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna leave that
There
alone.
you
Anyway,
hit it. Right on the
Jennifer.
point.
Jennifer had made a
Rich.
comment. Jennifer
Yes,
said,
respect my opinion says a judge must remain impartial at all times.
"Hmm,
Absolutely.
Keith
that's a good thought.
Keith Rayner, that's what the name you was looking for. Keith Rayner.
That's a good thought." But Jennifer had a comment. Jennifer said, "How is the DJ discussing a case he has never kept up with?" Well, because think about it. Think about it now. R. Kelly, I hate that he's in the situation that he's in, but it's just like a everyday black person's case. They go after people of color with extremes. Now, April and Lady Alicia have said this before.
Yes, Star
The guy
Weinstein. Thank
needs
you.
help.
Yeah.
They're not trying to hear that. They looking for
No,
a conviction.
wait. Stop right there. Stop right there. Okay? Because it's not that they're not trying to hear it, they haven't been told.
Yeah.
You see, you all want the government to come in and say, oh, he need help. No, this is not how this shit goes. You
Hmm.
have had plenty people say, hey, I'm not guilty by reason of insanity. I'm not guilty by reason of mental defect. I'm not guilty because I got a goddamn brain tumor that make me do shit I'm not in control of. R. Kelly didn't say none of that shit.
Hmm.
He said none of that. He said, I'm not guilty, period. So
Did they sit R. Kelly down in front of a
And
psychologist or a
also,
psychiatrist?
absolutely did.
yeah.
Absolutely did.
So what was the outcome of that?
Absolutely did.
So what happened with that?
He lied.
Hmm.
He wouldn't answer things.
Hmm. Some people are withdrawing.
And for that person that made that comment, first of all, about DJ Spider-Man. No, he does not follow the case, but he can give his thoughts on the case. So get the hell out of here talking about him being the DJ and not knowing anything about the case. Everybody's opinion matters over here. So get the hell out of here. Okay. Go on.
Indigo Forever says he knew what he was doing was wrong. Otherwise, he would have not spent so much money trying to hide it. Um, See, I'm on the fence with that. I really am. I go back and forth. I done jumped off the damn fence on one side and jumped back on the other side and back on the damn fence.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Right. Um, me and I know y'all. I know. Now let me not say it.
Say it.
I
You
have,
safe.
I have some very very intense conversations. Sometime time and another with Sharon Winbush.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Larry, to cut you off. I just have to respond to this because Star says he did not take a plea either. He wasn't offered a plea.
He
You
was
can't take
never
something.
offered a plea.
You can't take something that you weren't offered. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, okay, it's everybody around him is voluntarily. These are black people, the oppressed, the people that you're talking about. That systematic racism against. They are all voluntarily heading downtown to the building to talk, and it's all on social media. It's all on social media. So let's just say you Spider-Man. A bunch of people, they say, hey, Spider-Man is doing some shit he ain't supposed to, right? And they actually come out with a TV show about you, but you know what I mean? Like we don't get into the reality TV portion of it, but it's 35 million people watched it, so let's do an inquiry into Spider-Man. So I send 6 to 12 people all around the country to actually talk to people who were there based upon things on social media, things that's being said, this and that. And when I go and talk to these people, I come back and I tell my bosses, like, well, I talked to this person and they said this, and I talked to this person, they said that. Well, can you corroborate that stuff? Well, yeah, I can. So now I start a full investigation, and in my investigation, I uncover, Jane Doe's and these charges. Well, enough evidence to where I can go to a grand jury and secure an indictment. None of that right there says to me that that's systematic racism. And
That's an investigation.
that's an investigation. It's not systematic. That's how every last one of them go. And that's how my case went. It didn't have anything. And the guy that's in my case, he's white. You see what I'm saying? And I'm the black dude without a paid lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that I think that it's a racist I think that it's a racism. I ain't gonna say racism. I think there's a black and white narrative to it because we all loved his music and we all went to his concerts. But I don't think that they started investigating him because he was black. I don't think that. I don't.
And I don't think that and I don't
said.
think that anything that has gone on in his case has been
Okay.
because he's black. I don't.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, Lady Alicia, you know, you were for him in the beginning.
no, wait a minute. Hold on.
Well,
Let me explain
in the
that.
beginning,
Let me explain that. In the beginning, and I've said this a million times, I never thought that he was not guilty of molesting children. I never thought that.
allegedly.
I did. I was one of his biggest fans. I listen to his music every night. I get my wife in here, she'll tell you. When it first-
But you know, I never thought that because I knew for an absolute fact that he married Aaliyah when she was 15.
I completely
So
with all of that. I was his fan. Like my wife will come here and tell you that I listen to his music.
I was his fan as well.
Right.
I was so much of a fan that I was dating a guy who took me to one of his concerts and I was dancing with R. Kelly so hard, dude left and I didn't even know he was gone. Okay?
Right.
Plus, born and bred in Chicago. So, you know, you gotta love R. Kelly.
Right.
But getting to the point that April was trying to make, and I want people to understand what my position was at that time. I never thought that he was not guilty. What I thought was that they adverted the law to get him. Okay. I thought that they got him illegally. That's what I thought. Well, not illegally, but not above board. You understand what I'm saying?
It was some gray areas in there.
There was definitely some gray areas for me. And I thought that the way that they got him was wrong. And I was on a mission. You understand? Because see, my thing is I want everybody, if you did what you did, that's fine. But the law needs to be applied fairly and legally. And I thought that it had been applied unfairly to him. And that is what I was fighting against.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I was in support of them bringing him to justice the right way, not underhandedly, not by a documentary, not by somebody never in the world before standing up there with a mic talking about all victims, please come forward here. Ain't had a number. Never seen that shit before in my life.
Well, think about this.
So I was fighting in support of him being brought to justice legally and properly. When I later found out again for a fact how he was really brought to justice, I had to back up off that position because I was wrong. I was wrong. So now I can no longer support something that I found out I'm wrong about.
I never,
And again,
I never knew about this
as
issue.
I say,
Look,
you know, and um, you know, you and Larry, y'all seen things and have talked to people. Allegedly, that's what y'all tell me.
no, hold on. Let me correct.
So wait a minute. Just listen.
I've heard him.
And so you guys have a different point of view.
Right.
Okay. Like I said, I ain't seen nothing. I haven't talked to anybody. I still respect y'all, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, hey, that's all I can say. I was waiting on the trial to start so the truth can come out, you know. Well, we'll never get the truth from anybody. But, the trial would start and the evidence would be shown. Because until then, I'm keeping my stance because I ain't seen nothing. You got things that's in the indictments, people, that's getting ready to uh, uh, testify, and I look at them, I don't have to believe you. Now, B. Sparrow, and this is correct. Why was Charlemagne the God on a show surviving R. Kelly?
Because he's a bitch.
Because
Don't that mean?
he,
I guess it means
he
he's a
done
female.
gave
Anyway,
a 15-year-old girl Spanish fly, raped her, did videos laughing about it. And so that's where I go to say, you sorry black people, because you done did shit, but you talking about him. Make that make sense.
That's true. And if I had enough time, if I didn't have to go to federal prison here in 2 weeks, I go after him hard. Like I would go after him. I had a mother on my show, every goddamn body. The neighbor, dog, every goddamn.
Conway Brown had him on his show.
Right, I seen it.
But this is what I'm saying. As a
Hey, B, I didn't see you. Hey, B Sparrow in the house.
you didn't see B buzzing around the room?
I did not.
Around the room. And this is what I say. Things that make you go, and wonder what's really going on, because you've got a black man on a show talking about another black man, and they done did the same bullshit.
Well, let's break it down, Miss April. Let's break it down. I got a lot to say about that. Let's break it down.
Yeah.
Let's break down survival. Let's break down survival.
Come on, Larry. Come on, baby. Break it down.
Hold on. He should have never spoke about Rob, and you did the same shit. Miss me with
And
that.
I bet you it ain't the first time he did that.
You know.
No, because he said he said he did it to his damn wife.
What's going on, B Sparrow? B
When he
Sparrow,
met her.
Look up, A, B.
put your link in the chat.
But see that's messed up.
And
That's
so
messed up.
those are things where you can say, you know, what's wrong with you, black?
Hey, Indigo.
Why would you do that?
Uniquely made. Hello.
And you done did some bullshit yourself. The pot calling the kettle black. And they knew about that. And they let this man on surviving R. Kelly dogging him out.
Somebody after him as well now. So
Well, Conway Brown. And
that's
so,
crazy.
you know, those are the things that.
Can we break down surviving R. Kelly now?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Larry.
Okay, so surviving R. Kelly. This is how this gonna go for the next 10 days. I'm gonna question everything. I'm gonna question everything. Things that people don't like, things that people do like. Okay, the girl named Tamara from Surviving R. Kelly. I don't know if she's the producer, the number one lady in charge. She's the lady that accepts all the awards, right? Okay, to my knowledge, and I'm hearing this, people should look this up. Dream Hampton is too far up the ladder. You got to come down a little bit. So if you come to Tamara Simmons, if you go and look at Tamara Simmons, you might find that Tamara Simmons was the wardrobe manager, whatever you want to call it, on one of R. Kelly's tours. And if you look even further, you will look and see that Ashanti McGee was a dancer on one of those tours that was in the cages. Those are the kind of things that you kind of look at to be able, if you want to decipher the first surviving R. Kelly.
Okay, Asante McGee, who left her husband, who was married, um, left her husband, kids in the hotel to go on tour with him, and I'm supposed to believe they're credible. You do all of
People
this.
leave their husbands every day. What does that have to do with her credibility?
Let me clear this up. Ashanti McGee was never a victim. She is a person that is lying on surviving R. Kelly. She actually worked for R. Kelly and she had a job working for him, and her job was to get food, make beds, and other things for those girls that were there in Atlanta. Her whole thing in surviving R. Kelly was a lie. Every interview, the book, all that shit was a lie. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers mad at me. That's a lie. So if you want to start somewhere, I would say start there. And I've said this on my channel multiple times over the years. I don't agree with a lot of things from surviving R. Kelly. You know what I mean? And I don't sit up and I don't have blind loyalty to anything. If I see that something is some bullshit, like I'm gonna be like, okay, this ain't right. God damn it. You know what I mean? This not right, so and so forth.
But Ashanti McGee isn't a victim in the case.
She's not in the case. She's not in the case.
Well, she acts like one. She was on Dr. Oz, going to the house like, oh, I can't do this.
I remember that shit.
And I'm like, God damn, I need to send her a fake Oscar. I mean.
Well, I'll say this. I think that based upon what I've came across, I think that she should be charged. But I mean, what do I know?
No, take R. Kelly. I never watched it either. I only saw like little clips and stuff. I never watched it.
Well, you got to understand this. When you have an actual person that's in the case sitting in front of you, and they're telling you, and you're asking questions. I mean, you kind of come across things, but she's not in the case, so I don't make it a point to talk about,
right.
I don't make it a point to talk about these things, but I just want to put it out there. There's a lot of inconsistencies in surviving R. Kelly, but it's not.
Well, it's a TV show. It was a made-for-TV movie,
right?
So I would think there would be a lot of fiction in it, as in most made-for-TV movies, like
Right. I only pay attention to what the feds, the government put in the indictments. If I go into, and that's what I think that messed up a lot of, and I don't want nobody to get mad at me, but I think this what messed up a lot of R. Kelly supporters. I think they focus too much on the television show.
Exactly.
That's why they put it out there.
They focus too much on the television show.
That's why they put it out there.
And then, well, yeah, B. Sparrow. That's what she said, that she was in a relationship with him. But that's what I said. Most of the people on the surviving R. Kelly, some of them exaggerated or lied, to even be on the show.
How many of those people, because like I said, I never watched Surviving R. Kelly. How many of those girls are actually in this case?
Well, they're not. And so that's what makes people think. But also, too, we also got to look at that other special needs victim, allegedly, who didn't even know him, punching her face, saying he did this, and then you come to find out she don't even know him. She's a special needs kid, and she just attached herself
I call it
to
Miss April.
Kate.
As much as they want to bash me, I put all this out. I put
Yeah.
all that
And
out.
so, right. And so you get all of these people that have lied and did other stuff just to be attached to the case. And so,
Mm-hmm.
it's like this shit is crazy. What
Mm-hmm.
am I, let the trial start. Cause I need to see some goddamn evidence. I want the people to come in that, the paperwork I done read because it's just awful. It's so much attached to this case, you know,
Mm-hmm.
liars,
Mm-hmm.
schemers, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's so hard to, to believe anything at this point. And so I am very upset that we won't be having a trial in August. I need this
Well,
trial.
we don't know that yet. Nobody
We
has
don't
ruled
know
on their motion to withdraw. So we don't know if there's still going to be a trial or not. We have to
any
wait for the
evidence.
judge to
So
rule
yeah,
on the motion.
so yeah. That's why, you know, people like me, you know, I'm like, well, what the fuck? You got this woman saying this, the ones, the crazy ones, the nutty fruitcake. So,
And none of them are in the case. So what does
it's
it matter?
not.
None of them are in the case. So what does
Well,
it matter?
they're
Uh,
I
not.
want to
Lady Alicia, I got a question for you.
go ahead.
Um, so far as
It,
R. Kelly, when he trying to, now I don't know if this is true or not. This is what I heard. Was he trying to get his own music?
Who?
R. Kelly. Was he
I
trying to
mean,
get his own music or something,
well,
or something along
yeah,
those
you
lines?
know what? That's one of their conspiracy theories. Yes, he allegedly, and we don't even know that for a fact because his fans have a million goddamn stories. They said he had inquired about regaining his masters, but here's the thing: he wasn't even at the point where he could filed to regain his masters. He still had a few years to go before he could even do that. So none of that makes any sense to me. And
Mm-hmm.
then the second thing to that is just because you have the right to negotiate getting your masters back, people need to understand that's what it is. It is a negotiation. You don't just say, hey, my 25, 30 years is up, give me back my masters, and they hand them over. That's not how it works.
Nope.
Record companies are not in the habit of giving away their damn intellectual property.
Yep,
Nicole,
they're not in the habit of giving up their money. You're right.
Nicole Beck
So
and
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nicole
Go,
Beck and Farinelli don't know shit. They never tried a federal case. It is a huge fucking mistake 2 weeks
yeah,
before trial.
it is, thank you. Thank you,
yeah.
Larry. Thank you, Larry. I
Like,
want to read
And
Just Jazz
also, I
comment.
want to make, okay,
I want to read Just Jazz comment
which
because
one?
I want to respond to her, and I'm in the chat, so I'm going to read it. I want to respond to her. You can put it on the screen, please, because I want her to understand. She says the new law started in 2019 for women to be able to claim abuse to the age of 55. Now, before 2019, the age is 23. Every single alleged victim was over 23. Make that make sense. Why is R. Kelly charged? Okay, first of all, let me start with the law because that's not what it is in Illinois. Okay, there is no age limit. Okay, what they did here in Illinois was that they eliminated the statute of limitation. And what it is that they can claim the abuse up to so many years after they have recognized that they've been abused.
So let me ask this.
Now,
I want to try. Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
None of the women. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Not none of the women. There are many women in R. Kelly's case who were not. Not every single one of his victims were over 23. Okay, they're 14-year-olds. They're 17-year-olds. There's even mention of a 12-year-old in the case. So they were not over 23. Okay, there are victims that we don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
So we don't know their ages. Right. We don't know, but we do know that there are minors in this case.
So let me
go ahead, Larry.
Let me ask y'all a question. I want to try exercise real quick. Take YouTube out of the situation, take the parents out of the situation, and take the parents, take YouTube out of the situation, and ask yourself this question. Can you place the actual alleged victims in this case at the scene of the crime?
Absolutely. Every last one of them.
Can you place them there?
Absolutely.
At the scene of the crime?
Absolutely. By videos, by photos. Absolutely.
Okay. Respect my opinion. Azriel case. R. Kelly was indicted with Azriel case while she was still there. Azriel has nothing to do with her case. R. Kelly was indicted with her case while she was living with him. So what that tells me is that it's all electronic. It's all subpoena driven from cell phone tower records, hotel digital footprint records, probably Snapchat records, video footage, pictures sent. Her case is about before you ever met her. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Azriel's case with R. Kelly is before you ever heard her say a word publicly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to them because that's not what they want to believe. I want to ask, respect my opinion, because respect my opinion says Azriel's case is a joke and she thinks she's not credible at all. And respect my opinion, I really want to know why you take that position. Why is that your opinion?
And don't ignore Judge Jazz comment. She said, so why there was no police report and medical reports for 12 and 14-year-olds?
Okay, now.
Okay, Just Jazz. Here's the thing. In order for there to be police reports, somebody has to call the police. Mm-hmm. Right?
She got a case number.
The police just don't roll around and say, "Ooh, I think she being abused. Let's take her in and question her."
Reason to believe and probable cause.
In order for there to be a police report, people have to go to the police. Now, there were people who went to the police and the police refused to make a police report.
Girl, I can't believe that.
I don't know why. I do not know why. You know what? That's bullshit. Because I can tell you something.
know what?
with me being who I am,
Even if
it's
they,
happened to me a few times.
if they
So
Okay,
didn't want to
so
go to the police, they could have went to the hospital. One thing I would say
really, because let me ask you
about
this.
this
Let me
girl
ask you this.
that
Every last
Charlemagne
one of these
attacked,
girls, every
her
last
mother,
one of
they
these
called the
girls
police.
had an abortion. What hospital did they go to? Where
I
did they
don't,
have their abortion?
I don't know.
They
Uh,
had breast implants. Where did they have them at?
who got the IDs?
Exactly.
Who got the IDs for them?
Because you have to be without parental consent of legal age to get breast implants.
So
So,
go ahead. Go ahead. Respect my opinion, said Azriel's mother stated by her own admission she paid for her travel. But he's charged with Mann Act transportation. Her mother did not transport her for the purposes of sex. That's what Mann Act transportation is. Azriel signed affidavits, Greenberg. She is not credible. Every girl signed affidavits.
exactly.
Them.
Every single
Every
one.
single girl signed affidavits saying that he raped them, this and that. That's what Hallie was saying in Surviving R. Kelly. Every girl signed some crazy shit saying that you stole from me.
Right. My parents did this. My parents is
okay.
trying to blackmail every single one.
Hey, Angie. Well, and see,
And Larry,
this
doesn't
is
the
what
feds
I want
have
to
all
get
of that?
back to.
So
Okay,
all of that.
we
Yeah,
know
I thought so.
Ivan R. Kelly, you know, we know those people aren't in the indictments, but the accounts that they gave on that TV show was enough to make people not like him and destroy him and give an opinion on liars and everything else, and they're not even in the indictments. So they were able to make the world hate him before a trial based on
Okay.
some of these lying people. I mean, we know they're not any indictments, but they still was on the documentary, not the late, not the people that's in the indictments, but
Now I
the
got a question
people
for you, Miss
that
April. I
was
got
on
a
the documentary, half lying and stuff,
Okay,
made
let Larry
the
speak.
whole
Let Larry speak.
this question is
okay.
for Miss April. This question is for Miss April. The parents wasn't there. As much as they would like to tell you that they knew everything that was going on with their child at the time, they wasn't there. I think one set of parents is from Texas, one's from Florida, one's from Georgia. The parents wasn't there. So the parents is going,
Hey,
the parents,
everybody.
hold on, we gonna get to some shit right now, Miss April.
Come on.
The
Okay,
Oh,
parents,
I'm
come
waiting.
on with it.
the parents is on all news media networks. They at the radio station and they are telling America about the story of what they think is going on with their child. Where do you think that information came from? The information came from the people that was around R. Kelly that left, the fake victims, people like Ashanti McGee, people like Cheryl Mack, people like Cash Howard, that's his stylist, that went to go and meet with federal prosecutors and did an interview 10 minutes after she did and said that I am cooperating with the government going forward I will be giving any information that I can. As much as people want to blame the parents, you have to acknowledge that they wasn't there.
Thank you, Just Jazz.
If I'm a, if I'm alleging that if I'm alleging that someone is abusive to children, I won't say the P word, right? I have to be able, because I'm not there. Someone had to tell me that.
Yeah.
But the feds went did an investigation. Yeah, it's cool to talk to the parents, but them federales know that the parents wasn't there.
Yeah.
Parents wasn't there. They weren't there. So a lot of people is basing their anger off what the parents came out and on the TV shows, this and that. This is their children. They're concerned about their children. And their anger is coming from people that was around him that came and told them. I don't think that it's a parent. Well, it may be one or two parents, but I don't think none of these parents physically witnessed R. Kelly do something to their child. And if he's a person that's now hold on, we're talking about Man Act Transportation, and we're talking about wouldn't his job be if he was really this monster that a lot of us claim him out to be? What would be his primary goal? His goal would be to separate parents
Them from their parents. That's right. That's what they all do. Or from anybody
Let
who
me
would
tell
protect
you
them.
something. If anybody would have had my son or sister, God damn it, I would have drove a truck through that building or whatever. It wouldn't have been no stopping me. So, you know, um, and again, like I said, I'd just be glad when the trial starts, so that the evidence can be shown in court. Yeah.
90% of the people in the chat got children. 90% of the people in your chat right now, Miss April, got children. I got children. Right? Everybody got children. Everybody in the chat right now, can you post the age, no matter how embarrassing it is or whether it was good? Can you post how old you was when you had your child? I would bet that at least, because this is like a channel of our age. It's not a lot of young people in here. I bet everybody in this chat, if they post how old they was when they first had their child, they're all are gonna say that they were under 18.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I had my son at 20.
20, 18, 18, 21, 20. Damn, maybe I was wrong.
And like I said,
15, 15.
Kids are going,
7.
Shit.
Y'all
kids are going to always do stuff, sneak out the house.
Yes.
Danny was 29, 18, 29. 53 ain't got no kids. Oh, wish I was you. 22, 20, 20.
And I also do know from experience, once a person decides, a young girl, and I'm basing this off personal experience.
Exactly. Personal experience. Which jades your view, but go ahead.
Yeah. And this is why, I have my thoughts, because I got a family member from the age of 14
Right.
Oh, Robert Keller, Robert Keller.
Mhm.
She liked older men. She was going to be with them. It did not matter what anybody said or did.
So, Miss,
And
I have to revise
yeah,
my question real quick. You can go right back. Everybody that's in the chat, post the age when you start fucking. So I did that wrong about having a baby. Post the age in the chat when you start having sex. Post the age that you start having sex. And I don't want to hear all y'all talking about you wasn't having sex in no damn high school. That's a lie.
I wasn't. I got married.
That's a lie. That's a lie. A whole lie.
Larry,
Okay.
Larry,
Real.
Larry. My parents signed for me to get married when I was 17 because I told them I was going to fuck my fiance. I I mean, because back in the day, that's what you did.
Woo! Damn. We got the whole
So
10th grade. We got the whole 10th
wow.
grade.
I
Yeah.
was married at 17. I had my first child at 19, and I was a virgin until I was married. But I was married at 17.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Looking at this
Well,
damn.
Now ask me what the hell I did after that divorce.
yeah. You know, Lady Alicia, she's a rare gem. Most
Right.
No,
people,
I'm not.
most
Because
people
back
was
in my
fucking in high
day,
school. Shit.
no, I don't believe that because my friends weren't having sex in high school.
Girl, they
I
just didn't
mean,
tell you. Who was
My,
running
no,
around?
no,
Who
no,
was
no, no.
running around saying they was fucking at 14, 15? Come
Uh,
on now.
the girls that was
They
fucking at
ain't gonna
14 and
tell you that.
15. You don't, come on now. Your
Come
friends
on
didn't
now.
tell
Let's
you.
keep
I
it
don't
real.
know. No,
Ain't
I am
no
keeping it real. Come on
ain't no
now.
friend
Your
getting
friends
ready to
didn't
tell
tell
they
you when they
other
was fucking,
friends.
when they fucked their boyfriend. Come on now. When you a teenager, you ain't got shit to talk about but your boyfriends, school, and where the hell you going on the weekend.
But they ain't saying they fucking.
my wife done got up.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because my
As the
friends,
teller said,
my friends were not having sex in high school. Now, were there girls that were having sex in high school? Of course. Of course
Robert
there
Teller
were. But
said,
my friends were not having sex in high school.
So
And I actually had a very good friend in high school who dated a guy, got engaged, and he broke up with her because he thought that she was lying about being a virgin.
let me ask you a question. Now I'm from Chicago, right?
Yeah,
So,
me too.
so I can stay outside all night at the age of 13. I can be out
Oh, hell no.
on the block. You couldn't be outside. You had to go in the house. All the kids outside on the block. We out on the porch eating bebops and pickles with peppermint in them. Like I was in Chicago every summer. And that was the best part to me when the sun went down and everybody was sitting on the porch. And all of the kids from the neighborhood used to be all sitting on the porch, at least until 10 o'clock at night. And
Oh, okay. You said
well,
all night. I'm like, oh, hell no. Yeah, yeah. We did that. Absolutely. Absolutely, we did that.
and that's really like 11, 12, 13 action. 14 is when you really went outside, start catching a bus to go to the mall, meeting people that wasn't in your neighborhood. Really high school, 14, right? So Chicago is wild as hell. A lot of people ain't never been there before. That's why a lot of people don't understand this case. Chicago is wild as hell. It's
Yeah. We
wild.
are unlike any other place in the
Any
damn
place,
country,
United
really.
States of America, it is
Yes.
wild as hell.
Yes.
People, motherfuckers is out. It's all kind of shit going on, all at the same time, and it's happening in front of you. You know what I mean? It's people that got careers. that's associated with people that's selling drugs, that's associated with people that's fucking crackheads, and you're gonna see all of these things over the course of a day. You know what I mean? And you're gonna come in contact with these people. So as I'm looking into the chat, and there's a lot of people that actually was having sex in high school, it's not far-fetched to me that as broke as I knew people to be back then, with the exception of a handful of drug dealers and parents that was trying to put a check with a check, if you have an artist this big that's pulling up to specific places, it's not far-fetched to me that he could have got involved with minors. It's just not. I'm not saying that it happened because I wasn't there, but I'm just saying it's not far-fetched for a girl that's 14, 15, 16, 17 to fucking say she going to spend the night at her friend's house and be downtown doing some shit she ain't got no business doing. It's not far-fetched for me to believe that, especially in Chicago, because I was there.
It's not far-fetched for me to believe that either, because I know that it happened. But with me, you got to understand, I didn't grow up in the hood. I wasn't raised in the hood. And we didn't do hood shit. We just didn't. And me and April just had this conversation the other day. And I'm old. So you have to understand, I'm older than April. So you have to understand that it was a very different time that I grew up in.
Right.
Yep. Different time, different era.
It was a very different time that I grew up in. No, you weren't running around fucking, because even if you didn't tell your girlfriends, the boys talked. That was their biggest conquest, was to get some damn girl in bed.
Yep.
So if it got around that you were fucking, no boy wanted you, because you were no longer what they consider a decent girl.
Right.
And that's just the way that it was. So no, my friends wasn't fucking in high school. Were their kids fucking in high school? Yes. They wasn't my damn friends. Girls did not get pregnant and have babies as teenagers. If you got pregnant as a teenager, your mama shipped your ass down south somewhere, and when you came back, your mama had a baby.
Well, you know what? That's true. That's true.
And you went on to school and had your damn life. It was the biggest goddamn it was just taboo. It's just not what you did. It was a disgrace to be unmarried and pregnant. It was a disgrace.
That's true. That's true.
So, I came from a very different era.
Yeah.
Right.
And if a girl got pregnant and had to have a baby, April and I've had this conversation, you couldn't be their friend no more. If your damn friend got pregnant, you couldn't talk to them no more.
You damn sure couldn't.
They were known as the fast girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay away from them.
And you stay away from them because it's guilt by association.
The magic hussy.
Guilt by association, We carried ourselves a certain way. And that was just that, because that's just the way that it was during that time. Now, did girls get pregnant? Of course they did. Did girls have sex before marriage? Of course they did. But it wasn't something that was as widespread as it is now. The last thing as a young lady that you wanted was to have that goddamn rumor out there on you that you was fucking.
Oh God, it was horrible. You was under attack.
Yeah.
You was really under attack. And then when the drugs came in with the
wow,
really attack then.
Crack cocaine messed up.
Well, even before that, in our days, they were shooting heroin. That's what they were doing in my day. They were shooting heroin. Yeah. They didn't snort heroin. They shot heroin back in my day.
But honey, it wasn't nothing like that crack when it came out. And so
Mhm. Mhm.
we lost a whole generation where the grandparents had to raise the children. And that's why everything is so messed up now because of that lost generation. The kids, you know, going through seeing the mama and daddy doing everything, tricking off, doing stuff for crack. And so, you know, the kids already messed up because I say they put something in the formula, you know, because she at the age of 10 and 11, hell, these girls got boobs and butts. And so
It's the
Mhm.
Similac
then,
April.
yeah,
Yep, it's the Similac Plus.
yeah, the Similac Plus. And that's why, you know, you can't tell this younger generation anything. Yeah. And
And you know what, April? I fought this generation of grandparents.
Gonna mute my mic, guys, for a second.
All
yeah,
right, I fought this generation of grandparents for not giving their grandchildren slash children because they wind up, like I said, they wind up raising the grandchildren as their own. So you have to fault this generation of grandparents for not instilling standards and value in today's youth.
Hold on, Spider Man. There go your systematic racism. That's what you were talking about earlier. There's just systematic racism. How could these grandparents give their kids anything? They
But
was on
see, not right there, right
they,
there. What you just said, you
they
said,
was
how
on
could they?
they were
They
on
can't because if they don't know themselves, how you gonna teach somebody something you don't know?
no. They were on drugs. That's when the .com boom came. That's when you remember Calvin at McDonald's was talking about. Calvin got a job. You remember when high school dropout? You remember when teen pregnancy? You remember when all these
Mm-hmm.
was a big deal and a part of our life?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to look at systematic racism, when you brought these drugs into the community,
We didn't bring them, but go ahead. I'm with you.
you know what I mean. When
Mm-hmm.
these drugs were sent in, CIA, whatever, however they got into the community, when these drugs came into the community, it tore the moral fiber that all of our grandparents had been working towards. Like my grandfather worked at Nestle in Chicago. He
Right.
retired. He bought a house. He
Right.
was married. He put his kids through college.
Mm-hmm.
His younger kids,
Mm-hmm.
all drugs. Their cousins, all drugs, all jail, death, babies, child support,
Yep.
prison.
I'm
All
with you.
that era came from that. Now we're in a situation where we've kind of got past the drugs a little bit, and we've
Just
even
a little.
kind of got past the prison a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
how do we get the laziness and the what do they used to call skilled workers, welders, and a lot of my grandparents' friends was people that worked in cement, what they call
Mm-hmm.
bricklayers and shit.
Uh-huh.
How do we get
Missionaries. Yep.
how do we get this new generation to get in those type of things and ignore social media and go back to being skilled workers and truck drivers and bricklayers and masonry and all that kind of stuff?
You know
Education.
what? That and first of all, and I'm glad you touched on that because I my mom had a program for ex-offenders,
Right.
and what we did was that we placed them in those jobs because they're higher paying jobs. They're the only jobs that you can get that doesn't discriminate against people with felony convictions. And what we would do was that we would have construction companies sponsor these people
Mm-hmm. That was the
into
STEM program.
apprenticeship into apprenticeship programs.
I did that. I did that myself. I completed it. Marathon Electric. I didn't know shit about being in electric school, but they was like, look, you want this job, nigga, pay $12 an hour. They gonna give you the job, but when you get off work, you gotta go to this damn school for 3 hours. I was like, hell yeah, and they gonna pay me to go to school too. I did.
You did that here in Chicago?
No, I did it in Birmingham, Alabama, called Marathon Electric.
Yeah, that was part of the STEM program.
Well, it is now. It wasn't then. But but yeah. So I think what we really need to do is to develop more programs like that, where we get these businesses to sponsor these people's apprenticeship, because you can work and go to school and get paid.
I'm glad you said that.
And then when you graduate, when you complete your apprenticeship, when you're 100% vested, well, if you're 90% vested, you're 100, through your apprenticeship program, now you're making union scale money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm glad you said that. Part of that is education. You got to get into the educational part of it.
No,
a lot of the times we got to educate our youth about not the day and times that we're living in. We got to get that negativity, that whatever, out of their brain cells and stimulate their brain cells with growth, where it can grow.
I think that what we have to do really is that, and I mentioned this program because it was very successful, especially with young men selling drugs and getting out of prison. It was very successful with these young men. I think, again, education is great, but unless you have resources, you understand what I'm saying? To back that education up, then the education is irrelevant, really.
So
I think what we have to do is that we have to show them, how they can make a decent amount of money once they leave that block.
Let me show you right now. Listen, let me show you right now. This is an old school white boy trick. Find a building. You're riding. I don't give a fuck what city you in. You're riding around. You see construction. You see the damn crane. Especially if they in new construction. You show up to that building and you ask for the foreman. I don't care if it's the construction foreman or the electrical foreman or the plumbing foreman. And you tell them your name. And you tell them, you say, hey, I want to be a fucking electrician or a plumber or construction. I want to work for you and I want you to send me to school. You will get that damn job. They will send you to the office. The only thing they require for you to do is not take a drug test so you don't fall off the damn building, and they'll give you a job paying a decent wage. And that's in every city in America. I've actually done that myself 4 or 5 fucking times.
I agree with you. But education is key. We cannot outweigh that option. We have to educate this generation of young folks. Y'all see how ruthless these young folks is nowadays? They are ruthless. They are heartless. Where did that come from? Where did it come from?
Hey, Miss April, Miss Lady Lisa, I'm gonna have to jump off here real quick.
Thank you so much for coming by, Larry. We always appreciate it when you're here.
Yes, ma'am. Call me, both of y'all. And Mr. Spider, it was great to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah, but education is key. It's key. We got to teach this generation how to be better.
Hey,
instead of throwing them aside and not communicating with them. This generation is smart as hell. And a lot of times they just need somebody to sit down and talk to them to get their mind focused on the right path.
We've had this conversation before.
You can't do that if you don't take the time out and try to instill some knowledge and wisdom in them. A lot of these young people looking for that, but we are as older. A lot of times we are afraid to approach them because they ruthless. we don't know what they're gonna do.
And we've had this conversation before, Spidey, and I agree with you 100%. But I ain't that person. I ain't got time. I'm sorry, I ain't
I'm
got
with you.
time.
I'm with you.
You know, I don't have the patience. I've tried it for years. I'm through with that. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
only education I can still, the only kids I can instill education in is my grandchildren, and they got that already, so we good over here. But I don't have it for anybody else. I just don't.
Mm-hmm. Now, respect my opinion. Said she talking to you, unique. That she got degrees. However, it's not the key to success and financial freedom. Respect my opinion. I'm with you on that. But you got to put something in there in order for it to stick. You got to educate something somewhere in order to get something moving. So they say, I got another option other than being out here carjacking and doing all this other crazy stuff. You got to put something in there in order for it to bond. So it starts with education.
Just
Culture
Jazz,
is another thing.
I
Culture.
respect your religion, Just Jazz, but we ain't promoting pedophilia over here. Okay. I respect your religion. I respect how you live your life. But, in this country, a 30-year-old and a 12-year-old, that's pedophilia. I'm sorry. All damn day long. Okay. So
Yeah.
I don't accept it. I don't believe in it. I don't care what the Islam religion or any other religion says. In this United States of America, illegal all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it is. It is. But a lot of cultures and customs go that route. But
Yeah.
but anyway, it is what it
And
is.
and 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 you know that is some people's you their customs, and that's the way.
Customs, customs aren't laws. I'm speaking of laws.
Exactly.
Customs aren't laws.
And
You
Exactly.
you
so
know, you got some
and
people that
and
fuck
and,
animals.
and
Okay.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and I get that, but
And I
what
said
happens?
I respect that for you, but I'm not agreeing with pedophilia. I'm not promoting it. I don't care who say it,
Mm-hmm.
what book it's in. Okay.
And
When
so
when it get in the law book, I might respect it. But until then, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Definitely agree with that one. But
yeah,
yeah, think about it, y'all. I mean, it's a rough way that we have to live, and we know for a fact certain things that's put in place is not designated
For us.
for
That's
us,
right. That's right.
which is freaking sad in every sense of the word. But that's why I
No,
mentioned
and some of it
another
ain't
reason.
sad. Because
That's
some of it ain't for us.
right.
And
But
it
see
shouldn't
that's
be
why I
for
mentioned.
us.
That's why I mentioned when I asked you what color the judge was and stuff. That's why I mentioned it because certain things ain't for us and it'll never be for us.
yeah,
First and foremost, and me and you talked about this before, especially about these protests, protesting about the wrong thing. Stuff that need to be protested about, they don't protest about.
Do not. Absolutely
So
right.
it's jacked up. It's really jacked up. That's why I was kind of leaning earlier towards I don't think that he's gonna get a fair trial. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand where you're coming from about the judge being federal and stuff like that. Got to remember, and you know this better than I do. On the federal level, who make the laws stick?
What do you mean who makes them stick?
Who make them stick? I mean, the Supreme Court upholds the laws, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So There is no time in history that the Supreme Court has even did anything about equality. That's that. You know, like I said, that's my opinion on that. That's why I say that judge in R. Kelly's case that he's not going to receive a fair nothing, even though that person might be solid on her record, her track record. You got to remember, high profile case, high profile name. That can't be good.
I disagree with you. I disagree. And I understand everything you're saying, but I absolutely disagree. I think that he will get a fair trial. Why wouldn't he get a fair trial? The judge,
Good
the
question.
judge isn't the judge. Here's the thing. You know, you all want to just overlook the damn law. The judge isn't the jury. The judge is there to make sure that the laws are applied.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But who's to say that he won't get an all white jury?
He's not going to get an all white jury.
Hmm.
He's not going to get an all white jury because he has a legal team. If he has a legal team that is going to agree to an all white jury, then I don't even know what to tell you.
Look,
Because his attorneys have the right, just as the prosecution, they have the right to reject any juror on the grounds, you know, that they can reject them on.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't think that his attorneys are going to allow an all-white jury. I'm sorry, guys. I got to mute my mic for a moment.
Yeah.
Yep. But April, I don't know if you've seen what I'm saying, but
oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
As being a person of color,
like I say,
okay, I'm sorry.
As being a person of color, we ain't never had no fair trial.
Okay.
No matter how you look at it.
And again, I disagree. I disagree.
It's always stacked against people of color. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people of color that beat cases. Don't get me wrong. But the overall majority is the laws. And you know for yourself, the laws is not geared for us. It wasn't written for us. It wasn't written by us.
And you're right about that. But the law is the law.
But that don't mean that people follow the law the way it's supposed to be either.
I don't know a judge that doesn't follow the law. I really don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
You say you don't know a judge what now?
That doesn't follow the law.
There's been several judges that's been arrested and disbarred for not following the law because of the things they were doing. Well,
I don't know.
I hear you on that. But it's been cases where judges have doctored up, giving out times and all the stuff to African American people. It is documented.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, say that again.
There's been judges that has been disbarred and arrested for doing that bullcrap with the law, sending people of color to prison on trumped up charges or extended times, life for stealing a pack of cigarettes, that type of stuff. There's been judges that do this. Not like I say, don't get me wrong. I hope he does get a fair trial. I hope he does get a fair trial. I hope he do.
I believe that he will. If he ever gets there, I believe that he will.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I hope he does.
I believe that he will. I don't think there has been anything unfair about this process thus far.
Yeah.
I don't think, there has been nothing unfair about this, his case thus far.
Yeah.
People may not like the outcome, but everything has been, fair.
People may not like the outcome, but everything has been fair. People may not like the outcome, but everything has been fair. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
but everything has been legal. Everything has been lawful. Everything has been applied the way it's been, it's supposed to be applied in his
Okay, wait a
case.
minute. Well,
Mm-hmm.
wait,
Yep. So I mean, like I said, I hope he does. I hope he get a
yeah,
fair trial, and whatever the truth is, I hope that it come out. But
yeah,
still, I mean, it's me. I don't have too much faith in this system of things that was not written for my people. And I can't say that it don't work all the time because it does work. But in cases, it's more negative than it is positive. So I just hope he does get a fair shake of stuff, and
yeah.
the truth shines, brightly on him. So, but it is what it is. This is things that we have to put up with. We have to put up with stuff that wasn't written for us and by us. But
Yeah.
instead of complaining about it and protesting about the wrong stuff about it, hey, how come we can't start our own court system? How come we can't start our own? People were talking about starting a Black Wall Street. Talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap. Put
And
that.
we
Put the
and
effort
we've had
towards it.
this conversation before. The reason that you can't do any of that is because, for one, we ain't got the money. For two, we damn sure don't have the unity.
I agree
And
with you. I
that
agree.
is the
I agree.
bottom line. Because the money can be gotten, but the unity is never gonna happen. Because soon as you involve a dollar and a nigga, it's a problem.
I agree with you. I agree. Now,
Girl, say that.
Peter said, let me go back. You can't claim unfair until the process actually starts.
Well, the
Uh,
process has started. Okay. The
and,
process has started. The
and
process has been going on for 2 years. The
right.
trial hasn't started.
And I could claim unfair and unjust. Look at the track record of people of color in high profile cases. Can you say that
Has
every case?
anyone talked to keep the truth? Uh,
Yeah, where is Keith?
yeah, I was okay. I'm sorry, Spider. I just
I'm
Yeah.
had to.
sorry too, but we've been inquiring about Keith for the longest. Where is Keith?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
But you got to look at the process. It has not been fairly done. So that's the facts that I have to go off of. People of color in court, usually the outcome is not very great.
yeah,
And the proof is there. The proof is there. You see it every
yeah.
single day. You got innocent people locked up for something that they didn't do or was not even in the vicinity when they got accused of crimes. That has taken place. That's not fair and that's unjust. But they still get convicted. Come on, man.
I'm
What's wrong with
sorry.
that
I'm
picture?
sorry. I'm sorry. I cut out. Say that again. What was unjust?
No, I was saying that there's people that's unfairly and unjustly convicted, getting accused of a crime that they had no idea took place and was not in the vicinity, and they get convicted. That's
And like
unfair
I
and
said,
unjust.
you got all of these men that went to prison uh, where they trumped up charges, and thank God DNA came out
And
where
then you know
you
what, April,
had
since you said that there's been quite a few cases, even when DNA was made available,
yeah,
the prosecutors refused to include DNA evidence.
Okay, that's not a prosecutor's call. A
yeah.
prosecutor can't say what's entered in the evidence and what isn't. That's the judge's call. So,
Somebody
uh,
has to take it to the judge, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They had
But
to.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But
You know, and
it's
and
jacked up.
you
It's
know,
jacked up. Jacked
seeing
up.
seeing all of some of the convictions where you have people being released
Mm-hmm.
for crimes they did not commit.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this on TV, and I can say that the whole legal process is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But,
but
like I said, y'all gotta look at the fact
yeah,
when it
so
comes to
that makes
justice. When it comes to justice, I mean it's a crapshoot,
yeah,
to be honest with you. But don't get me wrong, you got lawyers, you got judges that actually do their job, that want to do things fairly and do things in a right manner. But look at the ones that don't. The ones that don't kind of outweighs the ones that do good.
yeah, yeah, and
So
so
that's the
yeah,
only thing I'm trying to get y'all to understand. That
I get
don't get me
it
wrong,
because, like
I,
I
I
say,
understand.
I think
I,
the whole legal system in the United States of this so-called America, that it is messed up.
yep,
And
it's messed up.
so that when somebody gets arrested now, you know, and
Hmm.
charged with things, it just makes you wonder, well, did they really do it? And all of this stuff. And
Hmm.
so, you know, it's, that's the way I feel about the justice system. Now, you got some people that believe in it, but I don't. Yeah. And
Hmm.
so, um, it's just all messed up
Hmm.
from,
I mean, no matter how you slice it, it's all jacked up.
yeah,
So, but I mean, I don't think we do, y'all. We do the best
yeah,
you can, and if you're gonna support, if you're gonna support them. If you don't. Simple as
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
it is
And
Exactly.
that's
it is
fine.
it
You know,
is what it
no
is.
arguing, no hating each other. I'm not getting ready to hate somebody because, you know,
They don't
they don't
support R.
like,
Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
like,
Everybody got their
this is
opinions, just like
crazy.
assholes.
Yeah, you,
I support the law.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But I mean,
you
is
support
it is what
law,
it is.
and that's your right and your opinion. I say
Absolutely.
F the law
Oh
because
my God.
they've done
Really?
so much
Mm-hmm.
and convicted so many innocent people.
Yep.
See, I can't I don't agree with that either. I just don't agree with that.
It's a fact.
I don't agree.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm,
I
I'm, I'm
mean,
with you. I'm with you, but I mean,
I
it's a
mean,
fact.
listen, absolutely there are people who've been convicted that did not commit the crimes that
a
they're
whole
convicted of.
lot of
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about, I don't know about all of that. I know
I
that
mean,
it's true.
you
I know
got
that people are convicted of crimes that they didn't commit. I do know that. but I don't think that it is an astronomical amount, that we perpetrate. I don't believe that. Um, I do believe that we're sentenced more harshly than anybody else
Exactly.
across the board.
Why?
I believe that.
Why?
I mean, you already know the answer. Like, why are you asking that question? We're talking about being black in this criminal justice system.
Okay, but
I'm with you.
this.
I'm with
You're
you. I'm with
saying
you.
people have been
Ain't that
convicted,
racism?
but yet
It is
you still
disgusting, marrying
believe
damn children. Respect my opinion. It's
Mm-hmm.
disgust. It's sick. It's
Mm-hmm.
not only disgusting. Respect my opinion. It's sick as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, April. I
Yeah,
just have to speak out for the children, and it's a goddamn
yeah.
shame that grown motherfuckers make kids think that shit is normal. That shit ain't normal. It's sick.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Even it's jacked up. Even if a man even consider something with a child, even if he think about it, need his ass whooped.
For real.
Just call him
And
that day.
it's just sick. It's just
Yeah.
really sick. A 30-year-old and a fucking 15-year-old. Get the fuck out of here. I'll blow your goddamn brains out. Come looking for my fucking 15-year-old.
Hmm. Look
Well,
at.
half the time
I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm not even gonna get into
people
it.
gonna hide.
I was gonna
Hide.
say something, but I'm not gonna do it. I
Say
refuse to do it.
it, Spidey. Yeah.
Look at the guy that's supposed to talk, Elijah Muhammad. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
What, he 95 and Alicia was 12 or 9? No, she was 9.
Like I said, people use religion.
Uh-huh.
And here's what you got to understand. Religion is a man-made doctrine. God
Come
didn't
on
have
now.
no goddamn religion.
Come on.
Okay?
Come on.
So people use these goddamn religions to support their sick ass fucking behaviors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm with you on that one.
You
I
know,
am with you.
they use religion to support their sick ass behavior. They use it to support abuse. They use it to support control. All of that. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm fucking concerned, a lot of that shit, it's just cult like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Yep.
Okay.
And Peter just said
So
that's why Malcolm X got away from the Muslim religion because of that. But anyway, it, the Catholic Church,
so
man.
so
Oof.
basically
The Catholic Church don't promote sex with minors. Okay? Let's get that right. The Catholicism does not promote sex with motherfucking minors. Sick ass motherfucking priests and shit. Fuck kids, okay?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The religion does not condone nor promote that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm with you on that.
when you take people and you make them live unnaturally,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to do unnatural ass things.
Exactly.
Okay?
Oh, I'm with you.
Because regardless of what you believe and what you think, God made a woman for a damn man. Point blank, period.
Mm-hmm.
And as they used to say back in the day, he made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Unless Steve was in the background somewhere. But anyway, yeah, I'm with you.
He wasn't in the
Yeah.
background.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You understand? And
Oh yeah, I'm
and
with you.
and nowhere did God ever have a religion.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
So
I'm with
all religions, be it Muslim, Catholicism, Baptist, whatever the fuck it is, they're all man-made.
you. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. Muhammad was a pedophile. Yep, 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 yep. All day long.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and
They
Aisha
all
wasn't.
fuck, they all
I
pedophiles.
right. Aisha wasn't his first either. So.
They're all pedophiles.
Mm-hmm. But it is. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It
it's
is. I mean,
crazy. And it's unfortunate that we have these type of things going on. And so, is there anything that people can do? I mean, because I feel like this. Um, if if people are taught that you don't do this and
come on, April.
everything,
Come on, April.
they 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 won't do it. And
That- that-
you gotta. What can we do? What can we instill in
that's
our
that's where
little black
that's where education
and
and culture
brown
come in.
girls that everybody says nobody cares about? What can you do? You know,
Here's the
a
thing.
lot of
I don't want it to be limited to black and brown girls. Really, truly. I
well,
don't want it to be limited to girls. Okay? They molesting goddamn boys too.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Catholic priests, they've really
Mm-hmm.
Not
messed up.
just the damn Catholic priest. Hell, every damn body.
Yeah,
You got women molesting damn boys. What do you
Yep.
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So,
Yep. That's what.
what I think needs to be done honestly, because I'm reading, I think it's just jazz. I think I was reading, I think if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
forgive me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But I was reading comments while you guys are talking. I think it was just jazz. I could be wrong. And they were saying, well, in the Muslim religion, 30-year-olds marry 15-year-olds right here in America. Well, that
Mm-hmm.
shit shouldn't be happening because we got fucking laws in America
Exactly.
and they're not supposed to be in for religion. A law is a goddamn law. So I
Yeah.
think, honestly, to be honest, if you really want this shit to stop, we need to make our goddamn lawmakers apply the law to every goddamn body.
Exactly.
Apply the law to
That's
every
what I'm
goddamn
talking
body.
about.
If
Exactly.
you know, goddamn it, there's a mom somewhere marrying 13-year-olds to 25-year-olds, you need to send the police in that motherfucker and lock their ass up.
Mm-hmm. Because my thing of it is, and like I say, I'm not prejudiced, racist, or anything of that nature. But if a person of Muslim stature come over here and they become a citizen, they should be held by citizen laws. They should be made to uphold what the laws in this land stand for.
Yeah.
No
Listen,
pedophilia, none
listen,
of that stuff like that.
let me explain something to you. Muslim, Catholicism, Methodist, whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
a goddamn religion. It's not a race. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whether they are citizens or not, if they in this United States of America, they should be held to the laws of the damn land.
Exactly.
Point blank, period.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
No
I'm with you.
exceptions, no excuses. And what we need to do is to make our goddamn lawmakers and our motherfucking politicians
Send their ass to jail. But anyway, go ahead.
apply that law across the goddamn board.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no way in the United States of America, in any goddamn religion, should a motherfucking 15-year-old be marrying any goddamn body, let alone a grown ass man.
15-year-olds shouldn't even be freaking dating, to be honest with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Only date they need is a damn book. That's
You
the only
know?
date they need. Learn something.
And exactly, learn some shit. Go some goddamn where. Get out the damn block. Get out the goddamn neighborhood. Get out the fucking state. Take them on a goddamn trip somewhere. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you know, and I'm going to take this back to Obama. It is so fucking sad. Elvis had permission to do what?
Do know.
Elvis married his wife. Elvis married Priscilla when she was 18 years old. Did he have a relationship with her before that? Yes, he did. But he married her ass when she was 18 years old. You know, everybody, Obama started this all-inclusive bullshit. This gay love is love. No, the fuck it's not. I want to know what happened to the constitutional statute that said there shall be no law made against nature. What the fuck happened to that? Because are you going to tell me the two men fucking ain't against nature? The two women licking and lapping on each other ain't against nature?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, them alphabet people.
And then they said, "Oh, you guys are homophobic. You're blowing shit way out of proportion." Now here we are, a few fucking years later, and you got all these sick son of a bitches running around here. Now, goddamn it, they don't even have a gender no more. Now we just fucking binary. Get the fuck out of here with that sick, evil, demonic ass shit.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
They carrying out the works of their father, so that's why you see that shit.
I'm by, you know, LGBTQIA, all like I'm with her now, the motherfucking alphabet people, because they got a goddamn sexual motherfucking identity for every goddamn letter in the fucking alphabet.
Z gonna be in there next.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Goddamn motherfuckers walking around 7, 8 years old. Boy, I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And these sick ass motherfuckers letting their little boys wear nail polish and dresses and shit. He don't identify as shit. He don't even know what the fuck identity means.
Exactly.
And
now,
like
if you want
people promoting this shit.
Yep, and if you want to change a little boy into a little girl, if you want to change a little boy into, go ahead, April. Go ahead, April.
You go ahead. You know we on the delay. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to change a little boy into a little girl, keep telling him he's a girl, he's soft, he's a fag, and all this other stuff. You want to change a little girl into a little boy, keep treating her manly and different.
Now, see, I don't believe that. I don't believe that, because let me tell you something. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that words can do that.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you something. What I have
Yes,
seen,
words do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they do a lot
I'm
of
not
damage.
saying they don't do a lot of damage, but I don't think that you telling a boy he's soft and he a punk is gonna make him want to be a girl. But what I have seen, and I've seen this with two people personally that dress their little boys like little girls.
And you don't think that did you see the outcome of that?
Absolutely,
So what happened on that? Did the little boy be feminine?
absolutely.
Hmm.
But that's a behavior. You understand what I'm saying?
If you keep telling the person,
It is no, because you can tell a kid they soft. You can they told me I was gonna have a house full of babies and no motherfucking husband.
Yeah.
if you
I
keep
wasn't fast. I wasn't fucking. I was a virgin till I was married, although I was young.
but see your mind wasn't
I
geared
graduated
towards
from high school and college and every goddamn thing else.
right. Your mind wasn't geared towards the other BS. You had a grounding in you. You can't say that with a lot of people. A lot of people nowadays, it's soft. This generation is soft. If you keep telling a person over and over, you ain't gonna be shit when you get older. Guess what's gonna happen? Them words stick. That's not that's not 100%.
And I agree with that. But
That's not
that's
100%.
different. But that's different than
Right.
telling a kid you soft and he gonna be a girl. No, he may be a soft ass nigga.
It's the same thing.
Or
If you
he
keep,
may be exactly the opposite. He may
but
say,
see,
"Oh, I'm gonna prove you wrong, motherfucker, and
but
I'm
see,
not gonna be
nah,
soft."
you just said the key word. You just said the key word. But that kid got to have the strength in them already in order for them to say, I'm not gonna turn out to be like my mom or my daddy said. But you ain't heard me though. That kid's
I
got to
heard
already
you.
be strong enough. This generation is soft and weak. They're weak-minded. They are basically they're well, we know for a fact they're treacherous.
Yes, they
They
are.
don't have no
They,
hearts. They they don't think. Anytime you can carjack somebody and kill up all the residents in the car because you want their car, come on now.
yeah.
A lot of times that's because of gang initiation and all this other bullshit, whatever you want to blame it on, but it happens. But the thing of it is, if you keep just like person locked up in prison in solitary for 15 years, if you keep telling that person he ain't shit
Oh,
while he in solitary, he ain't gonna be shit. And that's a grown person. Same thing with a kid. A kid is very impressionable. You keep saying the same thing over to a kid, you ain't gonna be shit. You ain't, you're gonna be a fag or whatever. That kid, that's gonna sink into that kid's
Psyche.
subconscious mind. That's what they're gonna gravitate to. That's what they can hold on. Is what you said. I ain't gonna be shit. I'm a fag. I'm soft. That's what they're gonna hold on to. I can't say that that's 100% of the case, but it's a there's a big percentage that when you tell somebody something, a kid, they're gonna hold on to that. I can't give you percentages on whatever, but it happens. Words hurt. Words cut deep. Some people,
Wait a minute. Back in what days people didn't live long? What day is we talking about? Because my grandparents lived way longer than most goddamn people do today. Shit. I had a great grandmama that was 117. My grandmother died in 97. Now my mother and her cousins and shit didn't live that long. And we were talking about this the other day. They had the worst goddamn diets ever.
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Now,
but we
now,
all
now, now,
know the
now,
government. Oh, go on, Spidey.
No, I was gonna say, was saying about people didn't live long back then. Our grandparents that come from the generation of the baby boomers, a lot of them grandparents lived longer. And just like Lady Alicia said, they didn't have the best of diets, but they didn't have all that processed shit in their foods and all this other shit that we have to contend with today. And some of our grandparents, they used to drink moonshine every damn day, but you
Sure
never saw them
did.
drunk.
Sure did.
And a
I
lot of
want to
that
respond
moonshine was
to.
that
Oh,
moonshine was there to lubricate the bones, as they say. But yeah,
Elvis had permission. Okay, let me explain something, just jazz. Okay, no adult can give a child permission to do something illegal with another adult. Okay, you can't.
hmm.
So, you know,
Yep, Star, I agree with you.
if I don't care that my 15-year-old is dating a 30-year-old, I may accept that. I wouldn't. I'm just saying hypothetically. If I were okay with my 15-year-old dating a 30-year-old and my neighbor saw that shit and my neighbor wasn't okay with it, I actually had this happen to a friend of mine. And my neighbor called the police and say, hey, my neighbor's daughter is 15 years old and I seen her sitting in the car kissing a grown ass man. And her
That meant
parents are allowing this grown man to come over and take her out.
mm,
You know what's gonna happen? DCFS gonna be at my parents' door, at my damn door.
hmm
And they're gonna take my motherfucking 15-year-old and they're gonna lock the 30-year-old ass up. And they might lock my ass up too.
hmm
So, just because your parents may agree, don't mean every damn body agree. Because again, it's laws in the United States of America.
hmm All right, ladies, I'm gonna have to get out of here because I gotta go to work here shortly.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna end this. Um,
Yeah, we have Miss General
lady,
Hospital.
what?
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
Boy,
General
yeah,
Hospital been
we,
gone.
yeah,
It's
mm.
yeah.
Larry's fault.
And
I'm gonna blame it
again,
on Larry. Everybody blame everything on Larry. I'm blaming it on Larry.
yeah,
It's
we're
Larry's
gonna
fault.
blame it
Yep,
on
blame it on
Larry.
Larry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Spidey,
but
I think you joining us, giving us your
Yes,
opinion.
Spidey, it has been. I absolutely just loved you being here. You should come on more often. I really miss you being here.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
miss y'all
miss
too.
you.
But work schedule, woo, working with some nuts. But
Yeah,
anyway, work schedule, you know how they
Uh-uh.
go. I got to get my rest.
yeah. I know our old folks had to do it. Yeah.
hmm But with
Uh,
that being said, ladies, y'all have a good one. Y'all be blessed. Whatever you
okay.
believe in, you know the difference between what's right and what's wrong.
No, they don't. Because if
Mm,
they knew the difference,
they'll do
they
what's
wouldn't be
right.
doing that shit, right?
Mhm. I'm with you. But the basis of you knowing what's right and what's wrong is already in you. So do the best you can, be the best person you can. Try to help somebody if you can. Try to enlighten somebody's day. Try to make
mhm.
somebody smile. Because when you do that, that reflects back on you and it makes your heart smile. You can't get no better than that. You can't get no better than gratitude and thankfulness. And watch and see how things turn around in your life when you're showing gratefulness, gratitude, and being thankful for the things that you got.
Amen to that.
Hey,
I
So with
just
that
want to
being,
thank everybody for being here. You guys make it a great live. I appreciate you all so much. We are gonna start coming back more frequently now.
yeah.
We're both healing quite well. I want to thank you guys for your support, for your prayers, for your well wishes, all of that, your concern. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next go round, unless something happens, and then I'll be back.
Girl, please don't say nothing happen.
Lady of Leisure, and I'm out.
yep, y'all
Okay.
have a good one. Y'all be safe and be
April
kind to each
Showers,
other.
I thank everybody for joining us. I had a great time. Like I said, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to think. Yeah. Okay, I
Mhm.
will just jazz. What about what time? And so I just want to thank everybody. Um, I will always um, think the American judicial system is not for people of color.
Not, nope,
And with
nope,
that,
nope.
I'm out.
Yep.
Okay.
Respect my
All
opinion.
right, Spidey.
Appreciate you, sis.
Okay.
Later, April.
Oh,
Love you.
everybody, don't forget Thursday. I will be doing a YouTube battle against Black Beauty. So I hope everybody will come and support me. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Later, April.
Okay.